Hello everyone, it's Maya. Today I thought I would be doing a little bit of my current makeup routine because I've been doing so many makeup videos on my other social medias lately, and I was thinking I might as well do an updated one because it's been a very long time since I've done an updated makeup routine on my main channel, like full in depth. So let's get into this. I have my makeup bag here, super cute. I was about to say, I don't even remember what this says. Breaking news, nobody cares. Ooh, when I tell you this is me. This is me. My sister got this for me. Shout out to her. So I have all my makeup in this bag. Have my makeup brushes in this. I got this little silicone makeup brush holder from Amazon a while ago. So I have it linked in my Amazon storefront if you want to check it out. But it just like, I was keeping them like, they were kind of all over the place in the bag, and then I had them in a clear plastic bag, and then it was taking up too much space and it was getting really dirty. So I switched to silicone because it's just easier to clean and keep them a little bit just like under control. And there's like a little magnetic part here that keeps it closed and tight. So I suggest to invest in one. It's only $9. And then one little other thing is my beauty blender holder. I got this too because it was literally floating around touching on my makeup brushes and it was just really nasty. So I decided to get one of these to put my beauty blenders in because I've been using a beauty blender lately. I stopped using it for years and then I went right back to one, so I don't know. I love it. It's easy for me. First thing I do, I start with a primer. This is the current primer that I'm using. I want to get into more primers because I've been using, well, I feel like they all do the same thing. It just depends on the quality of it, but I've been using like a lot of the affordable ones, and like this one for example is by ALA Studio. If you know them, they're sold at gosh, what am I trying to say? They're sold at Miss A, the dollar store, the dollar makeup store that has everything for $1. Literally love it there. I literally go there and spend $70, $80 every time, and I stock up on my makeup products. But I've been using their primer. I have another primer, I think that's also by AOA or by ELF or something. Just haven't put it in this bag yet, so I'm gonna need to restructure my makeup bag because right now, since I moved it to this large bag, it's a lot going on. And I just put a couple little dabs. I usually do 2 on my cheeks, and then 1 on my forehead, and then 1 on my nose, and then I blend that all together like so. I used to really be into using,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
no one's talking to you, because that really just like made me upset. But I used to really be into using makeup brushes to put my primer on because I was trying to be extra, and I was using the putty primer from ELF, so I didn't want to touch it with my fingers, so I used the brush. I do still want to get back to that method because I'm actually tired of using my fingers, and it's like a lot to be able to remember to get up and wash my hands before I do my makeup. And this is literally the only time I actually touch my face with my fingers, is to do the primer, and it's my very first step. So I also have like some other skincare things on because I have a whole routine for the morning, but we'll probably just do that in another video because it's just too much to get into. But I still have on my skincare from last night, and then I just put on a little sunscreen on top, and then I go do my exercises, and then I come back, and then so I already had all of this stuff on because I wash my face at the end of the day. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what I'm doing now. I'm in a routine. Okay, I have a routine now, so look at me go. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, eyebrow stuff. But yeah, I got that from Miss A. I have a lot of affordable makeup, which is actually really great for me, to be completely honest. I need my eyebrow stuff. Now, this is the absolute holy grail makeup product. Oh my gosh. The SheGlam, what the hell is this called? The SheGlam Brow Breakdown Brow Gel. It literally leaves your brows looking laminated and firm, like you cannot move them. And that's always been my main problem with my eyebrow gel. Once I finally realized how to do my makeup and I figured out how to not look greasy, and I figured out how to bake and set my powder and use multiple different powders and how to lighten the face, my eyebrows always used to end up being so oily. It was unbearable. I'm gonna make a video reacting to those photos because I looked a mess. It was like I looked like a big grease ball. But I put on so much powder, at least I think. My makeup routine back then was terrible. I need a mirror. I didn't grab this earlier because this is my trusty dusty. Oh, don't show the rest of my room. It's a mess. This is my mirror. It's big, it's round, has two sides, it moves, it stands on its own. It's my favorite mirror. I use it to do my makeup every single time I do it. I need to get a travel one because I'm going to get a travel one because I have some things coming up that I'm gonna need a LED travel light mirror with me, so we'll do a haul about that very, very soon. But this is my absolute fave. It's absolutely disgusting. If you can see, I don't even know if it's gonna show the details of that, but it looks disgusting, but I don't care. And it exploded. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, okay, as I've been saying. This past year has been a lot of travel, and she exploded a couple of times, but like not like onto other things. She exploded in the cap, in this cap. Ow, my eyebrows hurt today. What is going on? Ow. Yeah, I be brushing the hell out of my brows with this thing. It be red, because one thing about me, I'm gonna get red. Like, and I look pretty golden right now. I don't know, I look kind of tan. It's probably just the lighting, but I'm not this tan in real life, I'm telling you. Where am I? I've been running every day outside. I look so golden and tan because I've been really in my winter shade for a long time, because I haven't been outside since, like actively outside, since last summer when I went on a two-week vacation. I have not really been outside like that, so the skin has not been glowing like it's supposed to be. Next thing I'm going in with my Holy Grail foundation. This should just be a sponsor video at this point. It's not, but you know, SheGlam, hit me up. You know, I absolutely love you. You know, you're my favorite. SheGlam is so affordable, and they have my shade. Okay, this is literally the only reason why I have not tried the Fenty foundation, because I just don't want to pay for it. But one of these days I'm gonna go in Sephora and get color matched. I just don't feel like doing all of that because I rather stick to what I know. But I'm gonna try it one day. But until then, this has been my Holy Grail foundation. It's the only foundation that I've been using lately. I used to use the Juvia's Place one. I always say Palace even though it's Place. That's just how I like to say it. It sounds more luxurious. But I used to use that one, but I have two older foundations by Juvia's, and they do not match my skin tone. Like, I'm telling you, those are my summer shades. She's really tan, okay? She's dark, okay? I have not been that shade in a long time. I don't know how I'm gonna get back to that shade. I don't know if I can get back to that shade. So I have not been wearing it. It's been pretty unfortunate. So I've been sticking to this because it just works for me. I just ordered a new one. I didn't even say what the name of this one is. It's the Skinfluencer Full Coverage Foundation Balm. Comes in this little thing. It went viral on TikTok a couple years ago, and I bought it instantly, and I've never gone back. So it's the only foundation I use. But I go in with my Real Techniques brush. This is my Expert Face brush. Looks like this. It's the darker pink one. Jeez! Oh my god, that took me out. But I just dab a little bit. Jeez. And I love that I'm doing this somewhat out of order, which is not the best, so I'm gonna stop real quick. I usually go in with my mascara. I go in with my concealer. It's the e.l.f. concealer, okay? This used to be my thing back in the day, like a couple, probably like 4 years ago. 4, maybe 5 years ago. This used to be my thing, okay? They changed the product of it, like the casing of it. So it didn't used to look like this back in the day, but they changed it to the white top with the clear bottom. It used to be so good and thick. So I have been struggling to find a concealer lately. I say that in every one of my videos because I have a problem with dark circles under my eyes, because somehow those have developed over the years, and I don't like that. So I've been hunting for good concealers, and I remembered that I love the e.l.f. one, so I ordered this one and I've been using it ever since. Only thing about this one, because this is the Hydrating Camo Concealer Corrector. Yeah, it explodes when you travel. It's awful. When I took it to Canada, this exploded all in the makeup bag. I had to wipe it all up. I cut that out of the video of my vlog and my Instagram videos because I just didn't want to edit me cleaning every single one of these products, okay? It was very unfortunate, but it's my favorite right now. But I have multiple different concealers, but that's just the one I've been grabbing just because it's been easy. Like, it's okay. I don't know. I like it, but I never fully wait for it to dry all the way, so it probably doesn't give me the coverage that I need it to give because I'm impatient. I don't have time for that. And 9 times out of 10, I don't have my fan with me to make sure it's dry, so I just don't. I love that the sun's going down even though it's like 12 p.m. and it's messing up the video. So great for me. I should have started earlier, but you know, I had things to do. But I just go all over my face, going left or right with my Real Techniques brush, which is my favorite. I was so happy when I invested in some Real Techniques brushes. They're so good, and they're very dense, so they really get all the product on there. No matter how you're using it, no matter how hard you tap, it gets all the product on your face. I love it, and blends it out really good. I want to try the concealer brush, like using a brush for my concealer. It's just, I tried it before and I don't know, it didn't look good to me. It didn't look right, okay? And I feel like I don't have as much control as I want. So that's why I go in with the Beauty Blender, which is what I'm about to do right now, because at this point I think the blend is good enough. Like, and my method is like dragging it a little bit, but I'm also dabbing into the skin, so like blotting, but moving the product all around my face until it gets good and even. And I know my eyebrows are probably still red, but that's okay because we're going to cover it up when we do our powder and all that stuff. So next up, we go in with the Beauty Blender. I go in with my Press Refresh Setting Spray by SheGlam. I have so many products by them. You just can't go wrong. You just can't. But it looks like this. It looks somewhat like this, okay? I love the packaging of it. Like, look how cute. It's like weird, like round, like, what is this shape? I was gonna say sphere, but I don't think that's right. Whatever this shape is. And I like that it sits upside down and it does not leak. I've traveled so many places with this, and I think it leaked once and it hasn't leaked ever again. So I just love this packaging. I actually refilled this with some other setting spray that I had when this one was getting low, so I just put it on top of it. So that's why it has this cloudy blue color, but it's actually supposed to be like a bright blue. But I used it off because I use it for my setting spray to do my Beauty Blender. I hate, literally hate, I make sure I get it good and damp. I hate using water to wet my Beauty Blender, because all it really does is make the sponge expand, like to a massive size, and then it's so damp it doesn't blend out my concealer how it's supposed to, and I absolutely hate the texture of it. It really does not do anything good for me. So I only wet my entire Beauty Blender with water when I'm desperate and I accidentally forget my setting spray, because I use a different setting spray on my face than I do on my Beauty Blender. So I specifically carried this only for my Beauty Blender. That's it. I don't set my whole face with it, just because it's a great setting spray, but I don't like the consistency of it. Like, I don't want any flashback. I don't want any shine on my face, if that makes sense. And then I always go in with some more spray before I do the other eye, just because the concealer kind of softs it all up to make sure it's good and damp. And I'm dabbing and a little bit of wiping, really slight. Oh my gosh, my eye's burning. Oh my god. But I realized this technique because everyone knows this, like on YouTube or TikTok. Everyone knows you're supposed to dab in the concealer and not wipe it away because you want it to get into the skin. Oh my gosh. Shall I like zoom in? I like never use that feature. I mean, at least you can see a little bit better. Probably should have thought of that earlier, but you know, I'm not very savvy with my camera, even though I've had it for literally 2 years now. Almost 2 years. Year and a half. So, oh yeah, my eye's definitely burning. Oh my god. Setting spray in my eye. This has never happened before. And it's deciding to happen today of all days. Where is the fan? Oh my god. I'm like literally dying. This is the fan that I'm supposed to have when I do my makeup. I love it. My mom got it for me. There's literally like 4 or 5 speeds, so it's really good for drying. And see, like, I don't know, like, do you see what I mean? Like, I blended it out. It's like, is my sponge too wet? Is my sponge too dry? Like, it's just not giving me more coverage than I want. Like, I want to see no under eye. Maybe if I do 2 rounds, but like, realistically, am I doing that? No. So I'm just gonna keep the same routine because I'm not adding nothing new. This is supposed to be my updated makeup routine. Like, I'm not adding anything. What do I do next? So when I have time, let's be very clear. When I have time, no, we're not gonna skip to that. We're gonna blend and set first. I go in with my powder. This is the AOA Studio. Again, I got this from Miss A, but it's not really all of that product in there because I had to buy more powder from Amazon, some more banana powder from Revolution Beauty. So that's what's in here. The case says AOA. I've used it all up. It was great. I didn't even know they sold banana powders till I went to Miss A and bought some the last time I went. This is filled with Revolution Beauty banana powder. It's great. I just love the container of AOA because look how small it is. It fits in my makeup bag perfectly, especially when I'm traveling somewhere and I need to combine my makeup products and like condense it. I'll use this little container just because it's just better. And then I go in with one of my powder puffs, which is my favorite thing to do because I did not used to do this back in the day. But I found out I like a powder puff better than a brush and more than one of those little triangular old school setting powder things. Does not work for me. A powder puff works perfectly for me, okay? So I buy a whole pack of these from Shein, all different kind of colors, and then I use them for like a month or so and then I'll throw them away. I always put 2 in my makeup bag because you never know when you're going to need another one, okay? And I have them in 2 different colors as well, which is what I'll show you in a second, just so I can differentiate which powders I'm using as well. And all I do is dab that under the eye. And I always end up inhaling some of the powder, which is also really awful because I know it's not good for you. It really makes me mad every time I do it. And then I just lazily go all over my face. And I blend it into the skin. And this is where I'm tapping. I'm beating into the face. Almost like a bake. But not really because I'm not sitting it on top of the skin. I'm pressing it into the skin. So I don't have to... What the hell? I don't know. The skin is looking different today. Yeah. Press it into the skin. I don't know. The skin is looking different today. I feel like I look orange. What is going on? Why is this settling in my skin like that? Is this how I always look, or is this just for today? Or is it just the studio lighting? I don't know, but something's very disrespectful to me. I don't know, I'm not liking it. Do you see what I mean? Like, doesn't it look like yellow? I don't understand. And then this is where the oily brow comes in. Ooh, I bake my brows. I don't remember who told me, but it was a girl on TikTok. A girl on TikTok about 3.5 years ago said something about baking your brows. I haven't been back since because it's like, why haven't I thought about that? Back in the day, I was literally baking everything on my face except my brows, and then wondering why I walked around looking like a big grease ball. And my brows were literally sliding off. Like, the way I would put my hand on my head and my brow would transfer. That's how oily I am. It's not a joke. I looked a mess. So now I add it literally everywhere. And then I make sure to really get it over on my eyelid, because I use that as like a transition shade. Because, as I've said numerous times before, I'm not very good with eyeshadow. And I lost my confidence with doing eyeshadow in high school after I was walking around with big blue, purple eyes that were not blended. And I just looked a mess when I looked back in my pictures. And I was like, why would I do that? Colors don't look good on me. Or at least because I don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't look good on me. So I just stopped. And I started doing neutrals and transition shades and warm tones. And that was when the Anastasia palette was like really big. And so I was getting the neutral shade, and I was getting the soft glam palette, the Renaissance palette, and I was doing those neutral mauve tone shades because they were easier for me to blend. Because you got to work with what you got. That's what I always say. So that's what I started doing. And so now, in my daily routine, I'm very lazy. So I will put the powder over the eye because I'm not going to go in with foundation. I'm not going to go in with eyeshadow. I just don't want to. It's just too much work for me. Even though I have so many eyeshadow palettes. Even the dreaded Morphe James Charles palette. Yes, I still have it because it's damn near brand new. I've only used like two or three colors in it. It still looks new. Looks like it hasn't been touched. So I'm going to use it because I spent my $40 on this way back when. Even though I don't support him. But you know, I'm going to keep using it. Okay? My camera's about to die. Period. We're back. Had to charge the camera a little bit. Next, I already blended out all of my powder that I had on. I just took this really big fluffy brush. I absolutely love these brushes. I think they're by Elizabeth Arden, and this is the Beauty Professional brush set. Absolutely love them. I have the whole set. My grandma gave them to me. I've had them for years. Great quality. I can wash them 30,000 times and they still come out so good and fluffy. Love those. So next thing I do after my powder, I get in there with a little bit of contour. Okay, when I do my contour, I use this good old trusty, I think this is LA Girl brushes. I think LA Girl brushes. I don't know. She's seen better days. Okay, she's pretty messed up. She's looking pretty rough. Okay, but you know, she still works. I'm tempted to get a whole brush set of just these. They sell these at Dollar Tree. They are literally the most affordable brushes. Their brushes are literally $1. And if you get a certain one, like on Amazon, they're like 89 cents for one. 89 cents for one. Because you know Dollar Tree be taxing these days. They're talking about $1.25 and now they're trying to go up to $1.75. What is happening? The economy. Please, can we stop? Because $1.75 is insane. I'd rather pay the 89 cents on Amazon. So this is the contour brush that I got from, I think, I'm assuming LA Girl, or I want to keep wanting to say ColourPop, but I know that's not right. It may be LA Girl. I might have to look that up after, but I definitely want to get some more of these. And then I go in with my NARS concealer. Jesus Christ, what are the words? I go in with my NARS contour and blush palette. Comes with this palette is so old. Okay, I tried to look this palette up the other day. They don't even sell it anymore. I don't even think they make this anymore. But it comes with 1 contour, 3 blushes, and a highlight at the top. And I use all of them all the time. Yes. The only one I haven't used as much is this little light pink right there, because I don't know. I tried it once and I was like, I felt like it didn't really warm up my face. It didn't add enough intensity. So I'm gonna try it again, but probably not today. But I go in with my contour with this little, I don't even know what this is, a tapered brush, and I turn it sideways and I go up it all the way up my cheekbone at an angle. I kind of make a C and I go all the way up, and I try to go up into the hairline, and I like pull down my face like that just so I can see, because I'm so tired of the construction next door. That's what those weird sounds are. But I made that weird face just to make my jaw and my cheekbone pop out, because I have a very round face and I never got rid of my baby fat on my face. So it's not going away, so I have to create some contour, okay? Because we have not gotten the backle fat transfer yet, removal, whatever. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. Because I really want to get it, but like I feel like it may make me look crazy if I have like a snatched jaw. Like, would I look like that if I get my fat and my cheeks removed? I want to look skinny. I don't know. That may be the vibe. I don't know. And then sometimes if I feel like it, I'll go in on my jawline really messily, because I honestly don't think this does anything for me. But sometimes if I put on enough, it does. It does look like it's doing a little bit of something. When I'm not lazy, I go in with, if I can find it again. What the hell is it now? That's what I'm saying. Having a big makeup bag, you can't find shit in this bitch. This, oh, why is everything by AOA? This is very old. I really should get rid of this, but it's just like there's still product in it, so I'm still using it. It's the AOA contour stick. It's the it's the Sculpt FX contour stick. I use it. I do it on my nose. I used to do it on my cheekbones, but it just depends on if I want to really look snatched or not. But I'd be so lazy, I don't do it anymore as often. But if I want a dramatic look, then I'll go in and contour my nose, because it's a cream base. So I do it when I do my concealer and my foundation. Then I'll do the contour, then I'll do the powder, and then I'll go with the contour powder on top of it for a little extra intensity. That's when I want to really carve out a new nose, okay? But I'm just going to show you my lazy way. I just go in with it, and then I keep it on the flat side, but on the top part like this, and I just angle it. And I angle it only on the side of my nose all the way up to the bridge. What is this? Brow bone. All the way up to the brow bone. So like literally from the tip of my eyebrow all the way down to the tip of my nose is what I contour. And I go back in it, and I go back and forth on the left and right side over and over, because sometimes I feel like, since I'm right-handed, I feel like I can't get the left side as good as I can the right. So I go in with it a lot. And I've found that since I switched to this shade of contour, it makes me look so tan. Like, it really makes me look golden. Like, oh my gosh. I remember I did my makeup so good this day that I was going out somewhere, and I looked so good. Like, my makeup was so tea. Like, I looked so good. Oh my gosh. I really don't even know what I did, but I know I did my regular makeup routine. It just really depends. You never know with the nose, okay? Because sometimes I be in here doing surgery, because in actuality we need a rhinoplasty, but we don't have them funds for that. So right now we're gonna get this brush, and we just gonna go over it and over and over it until we can't no more. And we're gonna keep going over it. And then I like to do a little bit underneath the tip of my nose just to give it a little more sculpt too. But this is my lazy way to do it. And then I'll go on the top of where the point tip of my nose is, and just go on the top there. And that's just what I do, just to create like a focal point, so it's all directed towards the tip of my nose. Basically, it would make more sense if I actually did the cream contour, but I'm not doing that because I never have time to do it anyway. and then I just put the excess on my cheeks again. Sometimes it looks really crazy on the cheeks, like it kind of does now. Yeah, I have not perfected the contour on the cheek. It actually looks pretty crazy. Have not perfected it yet. So that's when I go back in with this big ass brush and I blend it out a little bit, but really aggressively. Like I go 3 times on each side or so, really aggressively to try to blend it out, and then it is what it is at that point. I don't know what else I could do for it. And then if I really want a full coverage, then I'll get some pressed powder and then I'll put it on top. But like, we're not going anywhere, we're just filming a lot of stuff today, so like I'm not doing that. I don't feel like it. So next I go in with my blush. Grab my other brush. This is also one of my fave blush brushes because I have gone through a couple of blush brushes. This is my favorite so far. I have one by Elizabeth Arden that was my fave, but I like how fluffy this one is, so it kind of really gets over the areas. So this is the Real Techniques 400 brush, and it is the blush brush. Looks like this. It's already covered in my blush. Yes, it is. And I like that it's fluffy, and it kind of goes to like a slight point at the top. It's kind of weird. Then I go in with my NARS, and I mix this shade and this shade together. I mix them simultaneously because they kind of look similar. It's just one's, they're like, I don't know if you can see, they're slightly different shades. They're not completely the same, but I like to mix them because it really warms up my face. And then I turn my brush at an angle and I press as I smile, and then I go up all the way on the top of my cheekbone, because I used to just put it flat across or just like on the cheeks and try to blend sideways, and I realized it wasn't giving me the right lift I want. So instead of going side to side, I go at a diagonal. Does that make sense? I know there's noise in the back, but I can't help the construction. So, and then I just do this. This is where it goes crazy because sometimes I be using too much blush and I be looking crazy, borderline clown, and I don't care. I just try to blend it out a little bit, but then I end up putting more on anyway because then I think I took too much off, and then it's a whole cycle. So one thing I do have to do is rotate this brush multiple times because sometimes it'll start to flatten if you use it too much on the same side, and then it'll have a different effect of the blush. And I don't want blush all over my face. I just want it on the cheek bones. So yeah, looks like that. It probably looks like too much, but I don't care. Then I go in with it, my highlight that's in the same palette, because I stopped doing highlighter for so long because I didn't know what I was doing. I used to, back in the day, do my foundation base, concealer, a little bit of powder, like a little bit, that's why I was so oily, eyebrows, lipstick, and then highlight. No blush, no contour. It was quite frankly awful. And the highlight, I had that cheek acne right where the highlight is supposed to go. It was quite embarrassing. So now I do it at the toppity top of my nose. I don't even know what is this part of the face called. I don't know, where the brows meet in the middle, like your nose bone. I don't know, but you know what I mean, right in between the eyes. And I'd go in with my finger always with the finger. And it's always my third finger because that's the lightest finger. And then I do it on the tip of my nose. I haven't gotten into the habit of doing the full bridge of my nose because I just hate that for some reason. It makes me look oily than I already am. So I only do it on the tip, and I only do it at the top, and I leave the middle matte because it again makes me look like I have a snatched face. Yeah. I'm trying to get skinny. So I feel like the nose is looking huge today. The nose is looking huge. Anyways, then I go in with my mascara because I don't do eyeshadow if I don't feel like it, and I don't feel like it. So I usually will do a contour, my contour shade that's in the NARS palette in my crease. I don't even feel like doing that today, honestly. So we've already baked, so I'm not doing it. So I go in with my favorite mascara. I have 2 now. I'm trying out all of their products. Essence Makeup, Essence Cosmetics, They're my absolute favorite brand. They look like this. You can get them on Amazon. They're literally $4. Literally $4 each. So I'm trying different ones. This is my newer one. This is the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. But my go-to is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. So the green one. They're all by different colors, so that's how you'll know which one you have. I do the green one. That's my go-to every day. But I've switched to this one just to try something different. It's okay, but it does make my lashes really long, which is great. But I've been having a problem with getting my mascara on the top of my lid. And then people have been saying to try the tubing mascara, but like, it just sounds like too much for me. I don't know. I just rather just stick with what I know. So I go in with this. I be using these up, okay? I go through these mascaras about every 3 months. So I have bought a lot. Because I use mascara all the time. Because I'm not a lash girl. I'm trying to be now. For dance purposes. But I'm not a lash girl. I'm really bad at it. And I go on the top of my eyelashes first, just to make sure they're all combed out. And then I go underneath, and then I make sure I get the under, like all the way under, and comb through. Can y'all see? All the way under and comb through, because I try not to get it on my lid, but I always end up doing that anyway. I think this mascara is starting to run out because it's not as wet as I like it to be. I can always tell if it's a good mascara, and I've tried many oh my god. Oh yeah, I'm good for getting some mascara on my face. Yeah, I think this one's drying out. It's not doing as well as it should be. But I've tried numerous mascaras in my lifetime, and I know which ones are good and which ones are bad because I've had so many. I hate a dry, wet, thin mascara. That's how I know it's not going to hold my lashes up, because one, I have extremely curly lashes and I need a thick base in order to keep them curled how I want to, if that makes sense. So I've tried numerous Maybelline ones. They all suck. I don't know. I want to try the newer ones because I've tried the older ones and they all suck. So I think I'm going to try the newer ones. I used to love the, oh my gosh, it's on my cheek. I do that too. I don't have a steady hand. That's why I hate eyeliner. And I just feel like I look stupid with eyeliner and lashes. They look stupid on me. But I used to love the Better Than Sex mascara. I think it's by Tarte, right? Something like that. They used to be my fave. And then when I got to college, I was like, I can't afford to keep paying for that. So I switched to other stuff. And then somehow I found my way at Essence Beauty, which is my all-time favorite right now. But one of these days I'm going to buy another Better Than Sex one so I can compare them, because it used to be my holy grail back in high school. But that was before I was having to pay for it. I was using mommy's money, granny's money. Yeah. Oh, I'm zooming in. Oh, and my camera's about to die again. I love that for me. Okay, I'm back and I put on my wig. So now I look really presentable. I'm going in with my LA Colors lip pencil. It's like this really, really light shade, and I'm just lining my lips. I try so many different lip combinations, lip combos, that I don't even know which one is my favorite anymore, because sometimes I get tired of doing the same old thing. But my usual one is a brown Naked Beauty lip liner with my Valentino Beauty lipstick. It's literally the best thing ever. But I don't know, I'm just throwing on one today, so nothing too special. But I'm really trying to get the brown on there. See how like mauve-y that is? Yeah. And then I've really been into overlining my lips lately, so I love that. And then I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this Max X makeup, MAX makeup. I don't know. Probably got it from the beauty supply, and put that on my lips. It's like in between of a lipstick and a gloss. And I'm just putting that on. And boom, kind of washed me out a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my go-to brown lip liner in chocolate. Oh, it's nothing in there. Can't find the lip liner I want because I have 30,000 of them in here and my camera's about to die. But I just overline that a little bit just so it has a little bit of something, a little oomph to it. And that is it. This is my current makeup routine. Super cute, super simple. I hope you all enjoyed. It was a process, but you know. And then first of all, I didn't even finish the last thing. I go in with my Revolution Beauty setting spray, spray the whole face, hit it with the fan, and then we're done. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.